Good morning to all of you. Am I audible?
Morning, sir.
Yeah. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So only 16 or 15 people are there. Why the count is less? Anyone? So roll number one, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is exam. Okay, exam is there
Yes,
today.
sir. For few people, sir.
Okay, okay. Morning first hour is happened or not?
Yes, sir. It happened.
How many students were there?
There were around 35 students.
Okay. Will they join and the remaining people also? Or should we?
I I don't know, sir.
Okay, I'll wait for 2 minutes. Okay. So I think all of you were there in the previous lecture, that is elliptical cryptography arithmetic. Yes or no? Yes. So in the previous lecture, I discussed a few concepts in this elliptic curve cryptography. So this is the continuation of the that lecture, that is elliptic curve cryptography. All of you getting my voice right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So today the concepts we'll see. These are the things we need to discuss. That is elliptic curves over ZP. That is a one point that we need to see how to add around that point, or how to uh, get P plus P or P plus Q. What are the rules that we'll see, and also elliptic curves over this field, that is 2 power m finite field. Then we will see the algorithm, actually the encryption or decryption algorithm of elliptic curve. Uh, but here we have to follow the Diffie-Hellman key exchange. So that what we have already know, maybe slight modifications that also I will discuss. And finally, I will conclude with the how can we say that elliptical cryptography is more secure compared to any algorithm with a less number of keys bits in key. So small key size, more security that will happen in the elliptical cryptography. So how or what is the comparison, that also we will discuss. In the previous lecture, we have seen what is the need of this elliptical cryptography, etc. Then we have seen abelian groups, right? So then we have seen what is an elliptic curve. Then so this is the cubic equation. The name is the Weierstrass equation. But for our purpose, it is required only y square is equal to x cube plus ax plus b. So in this cubic equation, we are having one point, that is a point at infinity or 0 point divided by O. So main thing is we have to consider the set of points. That is a thing in our algorithm also. We have to set all these rules first, then we will perform the encryption or decryptions. So these are the examples of elliptic curve that I have shown already. And so to select A and B, so this equation must be satisfied. That means 4a cube plus 27b square must not equal to 0. Like we can say non-singular. Then we have seen some set of rules. It's very difficult uh, to perform this, when the values are very large. That I will show you later. But at least we can find p plus q addition or p plus p addition by using these equations. So you have to remember these equations for the exam point of view. So if I want to find the p plus p, so I may give p is equal to some 2 comma 3 in the exam. So we have to find the xr value and yr value as r. Yes, are you getting my point here? What we need to remember. So when it comes to the algorithm, it's very, very difficult to finding the values that will come clear later. We have to use the maybe any programming languages. Yes, did you revise these things up to this? See, if I have given p value and q value, some different values, then you have to find the delta to find the points in R, which is p plus q. So xr is equal to delta square minus xp minus xq. So to find this, I need a delta. So what is the delta? It's a slope, right? Y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So once we know that slope, we can find the algebraic manipulations. That is, when I want to add p and q, the resultant will be r. But how to find the points of r? So these are the equations we need to use. Similarly, if I want to add a point itself, right? So doubling or tripling, etc. So we have to use these equations to find the two x on a x coordinate and a y coordinate. All of you clear with this? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what we need to remember for the exam point of view. Please try to note down that. So first thing is for a simple question. So why we are moving, right? What is the condition for A and B, right? And what is the cubic equation under this abelian group? Right. So please remember these points for the exam point of view. And these things, addition. Now, this is thing actually we will implement in the algorithm. Please see carefully. So elliptic curves over ZP. So here P represents the prime number, right? So here see all. So we have to do the additions or rules around this point only, right? So here the set of values will be 0 to p minus 1 only. And the cubic equation, this is what we know already. So for this one, we have to perform the modulo operation with the p. That is something like this. Y square mod p is equal to x cube plus ax plus b mod p. So whenever this equation satisfies for the a value or b value and p value, then only we have to consider those a and b values. See, clearly, if a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, x is equal to, they are taking 9, y is equal to 7, and p is equal to 23. See here, so when we do that, y square, so what is the y square means? 7 square means 49 mod 23, which should be equal to x cube. 9 cube means how much? Anyone? So maybe this point is not required. Anyone, please tell me what is the 9 cube?
729.
729 plus a into x. So 1 into 9 will be 9 plus b is 1 mod 23. So what is the 49 mod 23? So what is the value here?
3, sir.
Ma?
3.
So this is the 3, 23 to 46. Okay, correct. So what is the this one? 739 modulo 23. So what is the value you will get here? 729 modulo 23.
Three only, sir.
Yeah. So whenever this equation satisfies for the different a and b values or x coordinates, y coordinate, and how to choose this prime number. So based on this equation only. So you have to remember this. So we may provide y value, x value, p value, maybe asking a and b, right? So that is the thing we should see here. Now see, I'm going to show you some table. These are the points on the elliptic curve 23 comma 1 comma 1. So what is the 23 means? So generally it is represented by ep of a comma b. So a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, p is equal to 23. These are the xy values on the elliptic curve. So these are the, see, we have to take the x and y values. So I cannot take as I like. So those must be on the curve. So these are the points for the prime number 23, a and b values 1. See here, all those points should be on this curve. It should not be here or it should be here. So that is not satisfied. So all the points we have to choose such that they are in the curve. Got the point here? So I mean, so that's why it's very difficult to choose this point. You can remember some of the points, maybe may not be required for the exam point. If you no need to remember, we have to give these numbers because otherwise it will be very difficult to remember. But at least did you get some information? So we can we have to choose x and y values such that they should be on the elliptic curve, and also they should be the what are the points a and b, so that that equation is satisfied. That is this one, 4a cube plus 27b square is not equal to 0. Any questions? So when we are performing the encryption over ZP, so we have to choose this xy value, a and b value such that this equation must satisfy it. Got the point here, please?
Yes, sir.
So this is the table for only AB11, right? For 1, 2, it may be different. For 0, 1, it may be different, etc. Right? So 9 and 7. See here, 9 and 7, x comma y, 9 and 7 is there. Similarly, we can choose this one and we can check that this equation is satisfied. Oh, sorry, this equation is satisfied. Yes, all of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now, yes, this equation also can be related to that mod p not equal to 0 mod p. Anyway, this also is satisfied. But what are the rules? Again, we have to find the, so whenever we are adding 2 points or multiplying, right, p plus p or 2p, 3p, etc. So we have to follow these rules. So anyway, this we know already, p plus y will become p only. If p, okay, anyway, this is also same. We know already p and minus p means only the y value will be negative. See here, this is the y value. So if I want to find minus p, the y value will be only negative. Clear, ma? So xp and minus yp. Anyway, this although we know from that rule, this is important. How to find the xr and yr when we are performing the p plus q. So again, we have to find the lambda value. But how to find the lambda value? If p is not equal to q, that means different coordinates, right? For p, suppose 13, 7. If q is equal to, we can take 17, 3. See, these two I cannot say equal. So if p is equal to q is equal to suppose 9, 7, then we have to use this equation. So if not equal to 0, lambda will be y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. If they are equal, 3x square p plus a by 2y. So once I know this lambda, then we can find xr and yr value. Yes, clear? So again, you have to remember when you are performing the addition, these two and the lambda value. If not equal to q, it's very simple, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. If both are equal, we have to remember like this, 3x square p plus a by 2yp. Then that lambda value we can substitute here to find xr and yr. Clear? Yeah, I mean, we have to remember this, so there is no other alternate. So try to practice 1 or 2 examples so you can easily remember. So again, this is important for the exam point of view. Yes, clear, all of you? So multiplication means,
Sir.
yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, any question?
No, sir.
Yeah. So this is also, I said, multiplication is a repeated addition. If I want to perform 4p, it will be 4 times we need to add this p. Now see here, adding in the sense, don't confuse like this. Suppose p is equal to 2 comma 2, example. So if I want to find 4p, so don't do like all x points, no, 4 times means 8 comma 8. This will be wrong, okay? Ma, clear? So even though the same point we are adding, the rules are different on the elliptic curve. So if p is equal to q, first time when we perform, we will get 2p. One more time, 2p. Again, we have to add finally. So to get the 4p. Getting my point here? See here, if the p is equal to this, q is equal to 9 comma 7 into 23 of 1, then lambda value like this. See here, we are performing the modulo operation. See, whenever we are performing the elliptic curves over ZP, then always remember that the resultant will be, we have to perform the modulo P operation. Let's see here, modulo P. What are the values we are finding? We have to find the, again, perform the modulo operation. See the examples here. So lambda is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, but we have to perform modulo 23. Now here you will get some doubts. Minus 1 by 2 modulo 23. So how it is becoming 11? So this is anyone can find xr and yr, then modulo operation. So there are some rules for this minus 1 by 2 modulo 23. I'll tell you that in the next page. Similarly, if p plus q is a 17 comma 20. Now if I want to find the 2p, so what is the p value? 3 comma 10. So 2p means we have to add the point itself. So here lambda is finding this 3 into xp square plus a by 2 into yp. Yes or no? 3x square p plus a by 2 yp. Then perform a modulo operation. So once I know the lambda value, then we can find the xr and yr. Again, how can we find 1 by 4 modulo 23? Or no? So please remember these rules. This is I have done already. Anyone remember? How can we perform 1 by 4 modulo 23? Anyone? No one? No one? Please respond. Who knows? So whenever there is a 1 by 4 module 23, please see carefully. It will become 4 inverse modulo 23. Then take some x is equal to 4 inverse modulo 23. Bring this 4 this side. It will become 4x, but multiply with again modulo 23, which will become 1. Yes or no? This is already I have done. All of you, please remember, you have to remember this for the exam point of view. So whenever 1 by 4, 2 by 3, 3 by 2, whatever, right, 4 by 3, 5 by 3, etc. So we have to bring this 4 into the numerator and it will become inverse. Then let some x is equal to some value. Then the inverse will become here and modulo operation also, but it will be equal to 1. Now tell me, how can I find x value? This is we know already. Anyone? Please respond. Hello. Please say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
How can I find x value? If this product it will become 24, then it will become 24 by 23, then it will be 1, correct? So is this possible for x? 24, 4 into x. What is the x value? All of you?
6.
It's a 6. So that is what he given, right? Clear? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, similarly you can find a minus 1 by 2, but what is the minus value? So sometimes it will come like that also, minus 1 by 2 modulo 23, which will become minus 1 into 2 inverse into modulo 23. So whenever there are two products, we can put it like this, minus 1 modulo 23 into 2 inverse modulo 23, again overall modulo 23. Okay na? But how to perform minus 1 modulo 23 is very simple. Just subtract 20, 1 from 23. So 23 minus 1 will give 22 into 2 inverse modulo 23 means 2x modulo 23, which is equal to 1. So x will become 12, I think. Yes or no? 2 into 12, 24. So this will be 12 modulo 23. So what is 22 into 12? Anybody? 264. Is it correct? Modulo 23. So what is the 264 modulo 23? Please tell me.
Based on these two lists, have to take those place 1 and 23.
264 modulo 23 will give 11. Okay. So that is what the here. There is a one more rule to find this minus 1 by 2 modulo 23. So I will tell that one later maybe. But you can remember like this. So minus 1 model 23 means 23 minus 1. This we know. Just now separate the multiplication. So minus 1 separate, 2 inverse separate. So clear, all of you? So can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that is over some ZP or our prime number, but we can choose suppose m is equal to 1 or 2 something. So there are some elements, 2 power m elements. So from that elements, we can choose a and b values, right? Or we have to select one element from the 2 power m elements. But remember that for this finite field group, the elliptic curve form will be like this: y square plus xy is equal to x cube plus ax square plus b. So now see the set. The set is becoming e 2 power m, e suffix 2 power m, a comma b. So consisting of all pairs integer x comma y, that satisfies this equation, right? So here the cubic equation is different, and the operation this is a different. See here, suppose there is a gf 2 power 4. So the polynomial will become f of x is equal to like this: x power 4 plus x plus 1. So this yields generated g that satisfies fg is equal to 0. But here g power 4 means g plus 1. Or we can use the binary form. For g, if it is a 0010, then plus 1 means 0011. See, g power 0 means what? G power 1, g square, g cube, g power 4, and so on. So g power 0 means it's anyway it's a 1 only, right? So 1 means binary will be 0001. So g plus g power 0 will leads to g power 4, which is here like this. So these are the polynomials we have to use. How? Something like this. So whenever we are adding, we have to use those points. Same, p plus o means p, and p and minus p, something like this. But now here see somewhat different. If I want to perform p plus xp, comma xp plus 5p, which will leads to the point at infinite. Now here see the point xp, comma xp plus 5p is the negation of or negative of p, right? So that means this is the minus p. So in the prime elliptical for prime or the real values, the minus p means x comma minus y. But here it's different: xp comma xp plus yp. Next, addition rules. So if I want to perform p plus q, this is how to find xr and yr, and how to find the lambda. It is not y2 minus y1, it is yq plus yp by xq plus xc, means y2 plus y1 by x2 plus x1. If I want to double the point, these are the equations we have to remember. So yr is equal to xp square plus lambda plus 1 into xr, actually here, right? So this we have to use here. This is how to find the lambda value. So all of you clear with this? So again we have to remember these equations to find the points. Clear, all of you?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now the main thing. So these are the two things I will discuss. Then I will learn. So what is the analog of Diffie-Hellman key exchange in this elliptic curve cryptography? So what are the steps? So please carefully observe. So all of you, please listen carefully. So what are the steps? See, we know that in Diffie-Hellman key exchange, so user A and user B will be exchange the keys by generating private key, public keys, etc. That is similar here, but how to select those numbers, please see. So in step 1, we need to select a large integer q, right? So here it is a, either it can be a prime or it can be a element from the 2 power m. So you can say it is a prime number p or an integer of the form 2 power m. So it may be one of this. If I want to find performing the ellipticals for ZP, we have to choose the prime number. We have to perform the field from the finite field. We have to select the integer which is in the form of 2 power m. So like 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power 4, etc. Right? Then, so one more thing, we have to select or pick, select A comma B. Select A comma B parameters. So which will become EQ of A comma B. So already we have selected Q and now we are selecting A comma B parameters. So this is called elliptic group. So all of you are getting my points here clearly, or are you getting any disturbance?
No, sir.
Right, clear. So we have to select an integer q, then we have to select these a and b parameters. So this EQ of a comma b will become this elliptic group. Now one more thing, we need to select a base point. This is also important. The base point g, like x1 comma y1. So this g, q are the, we can say, global elements. A comma b are the global elements. So now here, how can we choose this one is, it should be ng is equal to 0. So when we are having like suppose 2g, so that means g plus g. So we have to select this g such that n into g will become the point at 0 or point at infinite, right? So generally it will be large value like 200 plus or 100 plus, like that. So that is the pointing, selecting g and the value n. So clear up to this? So now see, there is an user A, there is an user B. So how they are now the exchange? So they know, everyone knows what is the Q value, AB value, and what is the G and small n. Now the first step, if user A want to transfer something to the B, so now he will generate the secret key. Differently, he will also generate secret keys, but ultimately the keys will be same. How? See here. So user A will select an integer NA such that it is less than n value, because already we know the n value, but that should satisfy these conditions. So once we know the n, so user A will select an integer NA such that it is less than n. This NA is called private key of user A. Similarly, this will also select an integer NB such that n, and this is the private key of user B. All of you clear up to this? So private key is NA and NB for the user A and user B. Then, So once when we select the integer, so user A will compute public key as PA is equal to NA into G. This is the base point. Similarly, this will also compute the public key as PB, which is equal to NB into G. So all of you clear with this? So maybe I can go with the,
Yes, sir.
this is the point 2 or step 2. So step 1, selecting the integer which will become private keys. Then they will compute the public key. Now see how they are generating secret key. Secret key generation. So he will use small k a, okay, or capital K A, doesn't matter. He will the KA, the NA is a private key of user A, but he will use public key of user B. Similarly, this will also generate the secret key KB such that, so NB is the private key into PA is the public key of user B. So ultimately, these two will be equal. So this is how the key exchanged between user A and user B, which is similar to Diffie-Hellman key exchange. Process is different, but ultimately it is similar to the Diffie-Hellman key exchange, because ultimately they are exchanging the key by not transferring. Actually, they are not, see, no one is sending any information to any user, right? But once they know public key of other users, they can generate the secret key. So clear, all of you? This is how the Diffie-Hellman key exchange is helpful in the elliptic curve cryptography. So all of you clear now? So this is the summary. So how we are selecting UQ, and this is the G, and selecting private key NA, then calculating the public key. Similarly, user B, selecting private key and calculating the public key. Ultimately, they are generating the calculation of the secret key. Now here, see why we can say ACC is very difficult to crack. As I already mentioned. See here something like this. K is equal to CD sum n into P. So determining K given NP and EP is very hard. So maybe there is a multiplication, then it's very easy. Actually, it is not a multiplication. So they are the points. So we have to perform the points. So we can say that is the discrete logarithm or elliptic logarithm. So it's very difficult to determine the secret key given this multiplication NA into PB or NA or PB. So clear? See, even the brute force attack, if they want to determine this key K value, it's very hard because it's a discrete logarithm.
Sir, how it is different, sir? Like you said before, key exchange algorithm, no, sir.
Yeah. The process is different. No, there we will use the exponentials, etc. But here, the multiplication or product or additions, the rules are different. That what we have already seen. These are the rules for the additions or multiplications, right?
Yes, sir.
Exchanging. See, ultimately the key is shared. So that's why they're not saying it is a Diffie-Hellman key exchange. So it is analog of Diffie-Hellman key exchange. Right? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now, yeah, last thing. So we'll see how to perform the encryption. Very simple one actually. Once they know the secret keys, etc. See here. See, this is the message, right? So I cannot take some integer value. So we have to first convert this message point or message integer into some coordinates. So the step one will be, we have to encode. Suppose this is the message. So first step in the encryption. So encode the plain text. Encode the plain text message M into XY point. So I'm denoting by PM. So this is the first step generally performed in the elliptic curve encryption process. Okay, so first I'm performing the encryption. So once we know this, the second point is, so how we will perform the encryption or decryption, because we need some parameters. So encryption or decryption system requires what? A point which is a base point G and elliptic group. Elliptic group, that is EQ of A comma B. Right? Yes or no? So please, all of you mute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Right. So see, this exchange is happening different, and the encryption is different. No. So that exchange is also part of the encryption or decryption process. So we have to select this point G and EQ of A comma B, N value, then the encryption or decryption, that NA and NB, etc. Now see, so now the encryption only, each user selects private key and generates public keys. This is also simultaneously happening. So public key. Suppose if A is there, user A, he will select NA and he will generate PA, which is NA into G, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now see actual encryption. So user A select a random integer. Again, they will select a random integer K, and he will encrypt in a pair actually. So the encryption, the ciphertext will be CM, which is equal to, denoted by some consist of pairs. So small k into G, comma, the message point plus k into PB. So this is the user A is doing. So user A is using the PB, means public key of user B, right? So this is some random integer, and G is the, we know, the base point, and this is the message. So clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
So now simple, how to perform the decryption. So the user B will use his own private key. So there is a one step we have to follow. So first he will multiply first point in the pair of CM by B's secret key. So multiply the first point. First point means this one. This is the first point. This is the second point. So multiply the first point in the pair of this hypertext received by B's secret key. Then second step, what we'll perform is subtract it from second point. So whatever the result we will get from the first step, subtract it from the second point. How? See. So 1 second, I'll take another page. Right. Now see the procedure. So k into g is the first point. Multiply with what? B's secret key. What is the B's secret key? This is the one, right? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
B's secret key. So, what is that secret key? NB, not secret key, sorry, it's a private key. Private key. So, NB is the private key, right? Yes or no? Yes. So, this is the KG is the first point. Private key of the B is NB. So, what is the we need to do? We have to subtract from the second point. What is the second point? It is PM plus K into PB. So, this is what we have to perform. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please remember that that is not a private secret key, it's a private. So PM plus K into PB minus first point is KG, we have to multiply with NB. That is the private key of user B. Now, how can it will be become PM? See carefully. So PM plus. So what is the PB? Anyone? What is the PB? So PA means NA into G. Similarly, what is the PB? NB into G. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is for user B means NB. So PB means NB into G minus KG into NB. And we know that they will follow the what you call commutative law or associative law. So we can bring K outside, then G in NB into G, etc. etc. These two will become cancelled. Then this is the plain text. Now remember, it is not as simple as these equations. The algorithm is very, very complex. So manually, it may not be possible. So why? I'll show you in the next lecture. See, I mean, multiplication of the points. If I want to perform some 240 into some 2 comma 2, it is not as easy as we think. So we have to follow all these rules, these addition rules, etc. So it is somewhat difficult, but see the procedure. I mean, know the procedure at least. I will check for a small points. Is this possible to generate? Or you can see example textbooks also. I will show you that one in the next lecture. Before we close this lecture, so what is the security? As I already told, so the securities of this elliptic cryptography depends on how difficult it is determined K given KP and P. Right? So because see, what is the K value? K is equal to NB into PA. Yes or no? Is this correct? So NB into PA or NA into PB. So that means, see, this is the secret key. To find this secret key, it's very difficult if they give an NB into this what do you call it, multiplication and some P value. But it's very difficult to find this K. So that means we can say it's almost impossible to determine this K given KP and P value. Okay. So this refers to this elliptical logarithm problem. Now this is the key sizes in terms of computational effort for this script analysis. Script analysis in the sense of cracking the encryption decryption. So this is simple symmetric scheme. This is the ECC based and this is RSA. Now see the size of the n in bits. If n is equal to 112 in a ECC, to give more security in RSA, we required 512 bits. Similarly, 160, 1024. See the number of bits, right, in the secret key. So that means the ECC will give more security for less number of bits in the secret key compared to RSA. So all of you clear with this? So security is mainly depending on how determining this K value given KP and P value. So very hard. Of you, that means if they given this PA value and if they know this product, but it's very difficult to find the K. So don't see as it's a multiplication. It's not an actual multiplication. So we have to perform so many additions, right? Or the rules we have to follow. Then only we'll get to that secret key. See, NA into G to get the PA value, but to predict G value, it's very difficult. So all of you clear with this? Any questions? Any doubts? So at least you have to remember these, how to generate the public key equations. Public keys, then what is the secret key, right? If simple examples are there, I will discuss in the next lecture. So all of you clear now? Any questions? Try to revise all the points, and also maybe if the class comes, I will explain this pseudo random generator. If not, I will send some material. Please read it. Okay. So anyone, any questions, ma?
No, sir.
Okay, that's it. So thank you. I will upload this lecture in YouTube also. Please watch whenever I have an exam. Okay.
So what is mid portion, sir?
Actually, up to this, if I complete that pseudo random generator, so that also will be there.
Okay, sir.
Module 2, total module 2.
Okay, sir.
Okay, na?
Thank you, sir.
Right. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.